In this second part, I'm making a wood rack. This design came from Jon Peters, so I'll post a link in the description to his video in case you're interested. I reused some pieces of wood that came from my old bed. I gave them a few passes on the thickness planer to refresh the faces. I selected the pieces that will go on the sides and trimmed the ends just to remove the existing screw holes. This is how it is going to work. We'll have 3 layers, and the horizontal arms will fit inside some spaces left on the middle layer. I need to calculate the length of the middle spacing pieces, and I know that the rack measures 7-8 centimeters, and I want 4 arms in each rack. The width of this board is 6.75 centimeters, and this means that I will need 17 centimeter spacing pieces between the arms. So I went to the miter saw and clamped the stop block at 17 centimeters from the blade, so I could make repeatable cuts easily, and then I also cut the pieces for the arms. Everything was glued and nailed in place, making sure I had a perfect fit for the arms. Then I reinforced the strange sandwiches with screws, but only apply them on one side. The screws were long enough to clamp all the layers together. I pre-drilled and countersunk so that the screw heads became below the surface. And did the same for the 3 screws that will connect each rack to the wall, except that I made bigger pilot holes to insert thicker screws. I slightly chamfered the ends as well as the arms. The arms will be attached with screws with no glue, and it is time to start assembling the pieces together. I also pre-drilled the arms once they were in place to prevent any cracks and made it easier for the screws. The top arms of each rack were protruding just a tiny bit, so I took some shavings off with my lovely new hand plane that came on the mail as a Christmas present from a friend. To attach the racks to the wall, I inserted the screws and hold the rack against the wall, making sure it was leveled, and tap the screws with a hammer to create the points to slightly drill some holes to prevent the wood wall from tearing. I finally drove all the screws that aren't going too deep in the wall because the panels are not that thick, but it is more than enough to hold a lot of weight. Wow, this is looking so much better now. I hope this inspires you to organize your workshop and create a cleaner working environment. Alright, that's it for this one, and I'll catch you on the third episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Also, take a look on my Patreon page and consider supporting my work. Thanks!